I started this fashion brand with my alawi for a year. So I was saving my alawi for a year, and then I was starving myself for that 1 year. And my friends would be like, "It's your money, enjoy yourself." I'm like, "No, don't worry. I know what I want to use this money to do." You get me? Imagine now doing all that, and this thing still did not work out.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so it still did not work out. So that's why I tell people that if you try, if you do your first try, your second try, third try, 10th try, it still might not work out, but it will work out. You just don't know when, because you're not the universe, you're not God.
Yeah.
You can't plan on.
Welcome to theBLOcounsel, where we talk about everything personal development and business development. On this episode, we will dive into the Naijaprenuers segment, where we discuss with Nigerian entrepreneurs their journey, struggles, and lessons learned on their paths to success.
Good afternoon, morning, evening, wherever you are. We're back again on theBLOcounsel. Today we have the beautiful, amazing, delectable Anthonia Domingo. She's in the fashion industry. She runs Domingo Shop. And we're going to be having a conversation we had today around fashion itself, how that happens in Nigeria, what the challenges are. And let her just give us a lot of insight on some of the things that we mostly maybe don't even know about. So I have the honor to introduce Anthonia to the show.
Thank you for having me.
It's nice to have you today. And by the way, blue is one of my favorite colors.
Yeah, we're twinning.
Thank you for that. So okay, let's dive straight into it. Give us an idea of where your journey has been in fashion. I was privileged to get some information around the fact that you've also been involved with like pageants. Mm-hmm. So I'm kind of like interested in knowing how that transition happened, and how you've been able to manage yourself moving into some other industry and working it out. And, let's even have an idea of how the pageant was. I heard you won.
I did not win.
Okay. In my heart, you won.
I did not win. But I guess I've always been a beauty queen right from time. Okay. When I was in primary school, I fought to become the queen of Yellow House. Yeah, I had to overthrow the queen that they were always using. Yeah, that's a story for another day. But I've always been a beauty queen. I've always been all about beauty, glamour, fashion. It's like self-love for me. That's how my life is. I don't think I'll survive without fashion and beauty, makeup and just looking good. Okay. Basically, that's who I am. So it wasn't a very hard transition from being a beauty queen to fashion. Okay. I used to be a baker. So I actually had to put that on hold for fashion. So going into the beauty, the beauty pageant industry, it was something very spontaneous. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know that I was going to be there. So one day I just woke up one morning, I was like, okay, you know what, let me try. And initially, I used to think it was something far-fetched, like you have to be very beautiful, you have to know somebody before you can get into the beauty pageant industry. But I just decided to give it a try one day, and I got in on my first try. So the journey was very amazing. I feel like it made me realize who I am. And before I got into the beauty pageant industry, I was already doing my fashion. But I guess when I got into the industry, when I got into the house and I met young girls of my age and I saw how well they were doing, how well they were carrying themselves, I was carrying myself well too, pretty well. But it was just like, you can do better. Yeah. You can be better. So as soon as I got out of the house, I just put in all my energy into my fashion brand. I'm like, no. Where I am right now is not where I want to be, because I've seen girls my age doing better. So I think it was a fuel to push into all my energy into my fashion industry, and it really, really, really worked for me. I'm happy that I took that decision, really.
How has it been for you in that industry? I know, well, let me not say I know, I would assume that there's people that are creatives, then there's probably people that have to maybe make the clothes that were created, then there has to be people that will sell the clothes. You know, I'm thinking from the angle of value chain, maybe my business sense is coming in. Then, you know, I'm thinking there'll be challenges along the way, whether from creating your designs into even how you sell it or how you make it. So tell us more about the challenge you face in fashion, in the entire industry, as peculiarly with yourself, you know, how you've experienced it. Tell us about it.
Okay, so I'm going to pass this message to any young fashionpreneur or anybody that wants to start or go into fashion. Okay? Fashion is hard. Fashion is hard, but it is doable. So I'm not going to come here and tell you that just start one day and the next day you are going to make it in life. It doesn't work that way. It's not easy, but it is doable. There are a million people that have made it in fashion, right? This is a message from me to you. So there are a million people that have made it in fashion. So if any of those people can do it, you can do it too. So like, to answer your question, it was not an easy journey. I literally had to quit my 9 to 5 to go into fashion. Even though the 9 to 5 was already crumbling, I had to quit my 9 to 5 to go into fashion. And you know, when I went into fashion, I didn't have any money. You know, when I left 9 to 5, the 9 to 5 was not paying for a long time. So I went there with no money, and I started this fashion brand with my alawi for a year. So I was saving my alawi for a year, and then I was starving myself for that 1 year. And my friends would be like, eat your money, enjoy yourself. I'm like, no, don't worry. I know what I want to use this money to do. You get me? So that being said, imagine now doing all that and this thing still did not work out.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so it still did not work out. So that's why I tell people that if you do your first try, your second try, third try, 10th try, it still might not work out. But it will work out. You just don't know when. Because you're not the universe. You're not God.
Yeah.
You know, you can't plan all these things. So there are a lot of challenges, and one of the major challenges in the fashion industry is money, finance.
Okay.
It takes a lot of money because there's no guarantee that what you're putting out there is going to be accepted by people, especially when you are creating your own designs. Like, who do you think you are bringing out one designer expecting me to wear it? You understand? You don't even know what the market wants. You are just bringing out things that are coming from your mind.
Yeah. Just being creative.
Yeah, just being creative. So why do you think people want to buy your designs? You understand? So when I started this brand, for a whole year, I didn't sell one clothes.
Wow.
I didn't make one sale. So from there, depression comes in. And like I said, I didn't have any money. So, and at my age, I couldn't have been asking my parents for money. So it was just me, myself, and I. You understand? So anybody that wants to go into fashion should make sure that they don't just stop whatever they're doing and just go straight into it. Make sure that you have money that will take care of you while you're pursuing fashion, right? Make sure that you have some certain amount of money saved somewhere, because that was a mistake I made, and I would always advise anybody that wants to go into fashion to make sure that they have enough money to go into it. Yeah. And also don't be scared that it takes a lot of money. You can start small. Yeah, it's a very lucrative business. You can start small and grow and grow and grow and grow. And before you know it, you're everywhere.
What of those, just cut you quickly, what of those that believe that maybe if you want to start something new, you should just burn the bridge of every other thing that you're doing before and just, put all your energy
That was what I did now. That's what that's what I did. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's a big mistake.
Yeah. No, so what I'm saying is, some people will say that is the way to go. Some people will say, oh, you have to do that when you know you're not maybe I'll tell a quick story. there's this story about these warriors that went to some island to take over the island, and when they got there, the commander of they came with 4 ships, and their commander said they should burn all their ships.
Oh yeah.
So it's either we're going to die here or we're going to succeed here.
Yeah, exactly.
And eventually, people have that mindset that
that mindset is great, because that was what I did, and I know that because I had other job opportunities.
Yeah.
But I didn't accept them because I knew that, and I had to stop baking too, because I knew that if I had something else doing, I would not give this fashion brand my 100%.
Okay.
What I'm saying in the aspect of have something saved somewhere is just money. I'm not talking
upkeep.
about for upkeep. Take care of yourself. Make sure that you're doing all right, because it will suck you dry.
Yeah.
Just make sure that you have something saved somewhere. But for me, I knew that if I divided my attention to something else, maybe working in 9 to 5 and doing fashion at the end of the day, it was not going to work. So I quit everything I was in and just went in headstrong, and that's the way to go.
That's the spirit of is a hustler spirit.
Hustler spirit.
Yeah.
You either win or win.
That makes sense. And for people that may not know what's alawi means, I think it's allowance. Huh?
Yeah, allowance, exactly. NYC allowance.